Shop. Welcome to our Slay the Season Facebook Live for Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. I'm so excited that it's already the end of January, almost February. The best month is coming up, February. Do you know why it's the best month, Whitney? She's not answering. That's okay. She's not ready for the question. Do you know why, Chris, it's the best month in February?
I do not.
It's my birthday.
Oh,
February. It's my
no.
birthday month. So the entire month we celebrate me. It's what it is. But yeah. So I'm glad you all are here. Welcome from if you're watching on Facebook, thank you for watching on Facebook. If you're watching the replay, feel free to put comments in the chat anyway. I'll get send them to Chris. He can see the comments later. But please put your questions live on the Facebook so we can answer the questions as we go along. I'm going to introduce our guests here tonight. So, if you don't know me, I'm Stacy with Red Sleigh Workshop. I am the founder and CEO. I've spent over 2 decades in the Christmas and lighting industry, working with installers and companies who work only in the commercial Christmas space. And we're trying to build more profitable businesses for Christmas installers around the country. And tonight is about having real strategy conversations about how you can grow and improve your permanent lighting installation business. So if you're not in it, it's how do you even want to get in it? That's a good question. You want to think about that. And Chris will help you answer some of those questions. And we're not doing this alone over here. I have Whitney next to me. Over there is Whitney. She's a Red Sleigh Workshop admin, and she is new to the Christmas industry. So she brings some fresh eyes to the whole thing, but she keeps everything moving behind the scenes, from our events to logistics to just helping us make these lives happen and everything happen in the back end. So thank you so much for keeping an eye on our comments tonight and our questions, Whitney. So message her if you have any questions direct. And the reason why everybody came tonight to watch, I'm so excited to announce and introduce everybody to Chris Rios from permanentchristmaslights.com. And he has built the real experience with permanent lighting that works. He's going to talk about what doesn't work, what works, and we'll talk about how installers can avoid some expensive mistakes when they're stepping into this new space of permanent Christmas lighting. So we'll let Whitney introduce herself, and then we'll let Chris introduce himself, and we'll go from there. So go ahead, Whitney. Tell us who you are and what you're doing here.
Hey, I'm Whitney. I'm new to the area, new to the business, and you know, who is better to train in this business other than Stacy, right? So I'm gonna be a pro pretty soon, and I'm super excited. And I'm really excited to hear what you have to say, Chris, about your permanent lighting. I have some questions for you as well, so
I,
get ready for it. Thank you.
Thanks, Whitney. And go ahead, Chris. Let's talk about who you are.
yeah, I'm Chris Rios. I live up in central Kansas. I actually own my own installation company as well, Ultrashine Outdoor Lights. We're based here in central Kansas. We also have a newer location down in DFW as of last year. So really getting that up and going as well. We started permanentchristmaslights.com probably a year and a half ago. Almost 2 years ago, I actually took it over as the brand CEO back in April, I think, of last year. So kind of taking it over, and we're just out there helping installers be able to save a little money and help guide them down their path of installation success.
That's great. Thank you. So glad that you're here. And we also have James here. Thank you for joining us. James is here. I'm not sure what company you're with, but if you want to say something, you can introduce yourself if you want to. Oh, he's muted. You're muted, James.
I'm James Riley, the owner of UCWC Premier Lighting out of Crossville, Tennessee. And like I got introduced to Chris through a window washing wheel thing. So yeah, it's recently here, so just got on to see what how I can further provide in this or this business and bring better jobs our way. I got 5 crews out there that need to stay busy, especially this time of year. So we need to looking for any insights I can use to help our company grow.
That's great. I'm so glad
Thanks for
you're
the
here,
invite.
James. Any
Yep.
questions you have, just feel free to get your hand up and ask the question. And
Yeah,
normally, Normally, we do have Patrick here with us, my executive vice president. He's normally my co host, but he's very intentionally not working tonight. He may show up on Facebook to say hello, but I don't know. He's currently lounging somewhere in Mexico, like on a cruise, with his
Yeah.
daughter. But I miss
I'm
him a
not a
lot,
sales
and we
guy
all
out there
miss
on
him.
a
But
cruise right now.
um, rough life, right?
It is, yeah.
Definitely, he's definitely earned that.
I didn't know this was going to be a live thing. I got a thing on Zoom, so I didn't mean to rain anybody's parade or anything here.
No, we want you here. No, it's okay. We actually have a lot of people during our lives. You've never watched our lives before, but we have all kinds of people coming in and joining us from all different parts of the country and different businesses because we want them to bring insight and join the conversation. People on Facebook are going to be messaging questions and things like that too. So it's great. I'm really glad that you're here.
Good, I'm excited to hear everything and have some
Yeah.
questions of my own.
Sure.
Thanks so much. Okay, so thank you, Whitney, for watching the questions on there. And so the first thing we're going to talk about with Chris, just tell us a little bit about. You said you have your own Christmas business in DFW and in Central Kansas. That's
Correct.
great. Amazing that you're in two different locations. I'm not familiar with Central Kansas, so how far is it away? And do you have to go to both places, or you just stay at one?
So I usually stay here in Central Kansas.
Okay.
We have a crew down there in the Dallas market as well. I do go down there for larger jobs, but I started Ultrashine 10 years ago, working as a full-time firefighter paramedic, just doing Christmas lights. After a couple of years of doing it part-time, just bring in some extra cash, I realized it was a real business, not
Right.
just a seasonal, hey, just go throw some lights up on someone's house. Actually, my first year, I only ended up with 7 customers, and I almost quit after that first year.
Wait, how many did you say?
7, my very
Seven.
first year.
Okay. No, I've
Yep.
heard that before. You're not
So
the only one.
I didn't do I did some yard signs, I did some door hangers, but that's really all I did. Had no idea on Facebook marketing, any of that type of stuff. So got 7 customers. Like I said, almost quit. It was Larry sitting around and with friends drinking a few drinks, and they're like, dude, just give it one more year, see what happens. And it kind of just took off year 2 and hasn't slowed down since. We transitioned about 5-6 years ago now into permanent lights. Started doing that. Our very first job we did was actually a whole city downtown of a city here in Central Kansas. They called me about just doing Christmas lights in their downtown, and I had just taken the training with Inception Lighting, and I'm like, I showed them a video on my iPad, and they're like, "That's what we want," and I'm like, now I got to figure out what the hell I'm really doing. So
Right.
did that, and kind of just took off. So we're getting to the point we're doing almost 50% of our business is permanent lighting throughout the year. Even during Christmas light season, we're still knocking both types out and just rocking and rolling.
That's great. So, you said 10 years ago with
Yep.
Ultrashine, and that's window washing, pressure
No,
washing.
it's Christmas lights.
Oh,
So
Christmas lights. Okay, because Ultrashine, I think of like washing
sure.
windows or something.
Yep.
And
Well,
somebody,
we started as a window washing, got into that
Okay.
the Christmas light part time, and
Okay.
dropped the window cleaning back in the day, and just continue with the Christmas lights.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your service as an EMT and a firefighter. There's a lot of guys that cross over that I've met in this industry who were or still are firefighters or EMTs. And thank you so much for doing that work. And it's not the easiest job. I mean, I've heard so
Absolutely.
many stories about that, but it's great that you have that training. I mean, it's awesome. It's a great thing to have. So thank you for that. So when you were building your business, like what was the first decision that you made? I think that like changed your trajectory. Like you said, you were thinking window washing, you went to there. Like what was the big decision? Like what made you switch?
Honestly, I was working full time at the fire department. I didn't want to work every day. I was off from the fire department, so I realized what type of income was available in the Christmas light industry, and I'm like, I can work 3 months out of the year just and not have to work the rest of the year. I'll do it. And it got to the point where 2.5 years ago, I was able to retire from the fire department, took an early retirement, and just been in the lighting industry ever since.
That's great, but you're still working. It's January, so you're still working.
I am still working. Luckily, all of our takedowns are done. So we're just kind of in the shop, reorganizing everything, getting it put back into place, and planning for permanent lights coming up here in the spring. So getting ready
That's
to start
great.
advertising for it.
That's great. So thank you for that. What do you think? So I think maybe the question is, you said you had 7 people your first season, right? So let's talk about your permanent lighting business side, not just your Christmas lighting side. So
Okay.
permanent lighting in your first season, what would you say, what would you do differently your first season that
Of
we
of
can
permanent
for
lights,
permanent lighting? Yeah, what would you do differently?
I probably would have ordered product and messed around with it a little bit more before I
Practice.
practice. Yep.
Okay.
When it comes to doing your cuts on your angles and things like that, I didn't come from a construction background at all. So trying to
Oh,
figure
yeah.
out angles on, your peaks and gables of homes and making your 45s for your corners. I mean, it was
That's
one of
some
those.
math.
It is. So
Yeah.
it's definitely something I would have taken in, gotten the product in my hands, and messed with it prior to just going out and doing that very first job. We trying to figure it out. We sold this job in the middle of Christmas light season, and we're doing it in. I mean, it was literally hang Christmas lights all day, and then take about an hour or two break, go eat supper, and then we were out there hanging the permanent lights for a week straight, the week before Thanksgiving. So that they wanted it up for the Friday after Thanksgiving for their lighting ceremony. So we were working until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning hanging permanent lights. So it's definitely I would try and plan better also, not waiting till the last minute to learn and putting stipulations on, hey, if you want this done, it's got to be done within X time or whatever.
Right. Setting better timelines with your
Right.
client,
Absolutely.
getting more planning ahead, and also the training is super important. And we're going to talk about that a little later on about the different trainings that are coming up. But
Sure.
I think that um, like in the permanent lighting industry, there's a lot of competition out there. A lot of people are, like we hear all the time, it's a race to the bottom, right?
Right.
With people coming in and underbidding projects and not making any profit, then those companies are just going out of business or going to the wayside, and then they're gone. And there's some weird things happening with that. So
Right.
tell me a little bit about that. What do you think it means to like grow smart in this industry? How would you?
Um, that there's no one product out there that is specialized for every single application. I feel. I mean, you have all the different brands of permanent lights popping up every day. I mean,
So
uh,
many,
there is so
like
many out
10
there.
that I know for sure.
Literally every single day, you see I see a new ad on Facebook.
Right.
Somebody has gone to China, ordered a product, white labeled it themselves, and are
Mhm.
reselling it underneath their business name or whatever they're calling their permanent lighting company. So vetting a company, learning their product is huge, I think, but also having access to more than one product. Whether it be the customer wants outward facing, downward facing, do they want the whole house washed? Do they just want a little bit of, a foot or two of light shining on if they're doing the downward facing?
Right.
The style of lights, I mean, everything is different. So many different types of controllers out there. A lot of them are the same. But yeah, I mean, there's such a wide variety to make sure you're vetting and going with an established, well known product versus just jumping in and grabbing the first one you see.
Right. So that's kind of where we segue into your current company,
Sure.
permanentchristmaslighting.com. So if I go to that website,
Yep.
on there, there's a couple different options of permanent lighting to buy. And
Right.
why do you think that's important?
Like I said, there's so many different variations of what a customer wants, the look that they want to gather, um, and what they can get out of to get the solutions correct for the customer. Whether they want the outward, they want the downward. Is it a city that wants to be able to connect all their buildings and control from one location versus having to go to every single controller and turn them on? We actually just got done doing a job in Temple, Texas, where the Inception line is what we use, and their controller is the only controller out there that can literally talk all over town. We have that whole downtown. I installed 6,000 feet down there this last time. They had already had 6,000 feet with 2 other phases done. The whole city works together and can talk, and the customer just has to go to one location. So, I mean, you have Minleon's wet controller that does great. It can connect to internet. It's great for homeowners and small businesses. The mesh net controller can do the whole city, you can do a city or just a residential. But if you have, say, a city or a home, detached garage, and they want them to talk to each other, you can plug them in together, and they're constantly talking back and forth, make sure everything's going on the same application they have on.
Right. So it's important to have the training on the different types of products because not every company has all of those options.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And so, I mean, maybe someday we'll have somebody who has all those options, but I think it makes sense for the certain products to be for certain applications.
For
Right.
sure.
So we're talking about commercial Christmas, which is what I work mainly in. I personally haven't done a commercial Christmas permanent lighting job. I mean, I've done tree lighting with low voltage, clip lights
Right.
and transformers and things like that, 12 volt, 24 volt projects, but nothing that is buildings talking to each other. I bid a project many years ago when it was first brand new on the market, this permanent lighting. And it was too expensive. It was like $300,000 for the one little strip of a shopping center to be done. And I'm sure it wouldn't be that amount now, but that was what it was then. And they weren't able to put it in their budget. And my crew wasn't able to really tell me exactly how they're going to make it work. And I was like, I'm not comfortable with this. So we're going to put an extra $50,000 on it. Right. So luckily, they didn't buy it. Unfortunately for me, that was a lot of work that we didn't get the job, but I was glad at the end of the day that we didn't get it because it would have probably been a disaster. And that's something that we don't want to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that
None of
very
us were
first
trained.
I did up here. I mean, I had taken the training, and like I said, actually messing with it was basically when we showed up at the job. I think I played with it a little bit the night before, but that city, it was definitely a lot of calls for tech support. Hey, what am I doing wrong here? Why is it not communicating here? That city there has got, I think it's 12 controllers around, and trying to make sure everything is within eyesight so that the controllers can communicate was huge. And learning how to do that is something that you don't just throw a crew, hey, this is it, go throw it up on a house. It's not like Christmas lights where they're hard to screw up. You know, there's certain rules on how many you can run to get lights you can run together, how many feet of jumper you can run on a controller that really has to be taken into consideration.
Right. Makes perfect sense. Hey, Whitney, do you have any action on Facebook happening right now?
Yes, we have Clark Partridge in the house.
Oh, hi, Clark.
He has
Hey, Clark.
Yes, he said find a mentor that's done the permanent lighting brand that you want to use. And that's a huge learning curve, and finding someone to expedite that.
Oh, yes, we got feedback here. Someone's watching. Was that you, Chris? You had us on Facebook?
Yeah, okay. Questions.
Yeah, you got to mute your computer.
Yep.
So
that's
Clark,
what happened earlier when you were asking me that question. I was like, oh, where's it coming from?
Yeah,
so
Clark's absolutely right. Finding somebody that's been with a product and installed it. I mean, with permanentcrystallights.com, we get my phone, especially during season, my phone is blowing up constantly, and trying to help guys navigate, you know, the little questions that you don't think of until you're on a job site, coming up with how do I run this cord the way it's hidden? What are the best ways to do it? I mean, it's definitely something that finding a mentor is huge in this industry.
Definitely. Yeah. So that's a great suggestion. Any other questions on there, Whitney, or is it just Clark with our
just Clark right now?
All right, great. So let's see. I would maybe what would be like if you're somebody like you who has a Christmas light business and you're thinking about going to permanent lighting, what would you say who shouldn't come into this business? Like who would be somebody that wouldn't be a good fit for this?
I'm not going to say anybody wouldn't be a good fit, but unless someone's just not very detail oriented. I mean, making sure your cuts are clean and are going to look professional in someone's house. I mean, they don't want just lights thrown up there. With Inception, which is what I use most of the time, you know, making sure corners match up, the wires are hidden or tucked away, secured. I mean, that is something. It's not like, you know, I've seen a lot of guys that do regular Christmas lights that just drop their wires down here or there, run them across the roof lines. You can't do that with permanent lights. I mean, we're accessing people's attics going through the attic space to hide wire, that to get dormers and things like that. It's not a short term. It's going to be up for a season. We pull right back down. It's putting it up there, make it look like it belongs there.
Right.
So if you're not detail oriented, it's definitely not the business for you.
Great. Thank
But
you for that. And if somebody does put up permanent lighting on their home or on their commercial project property, what type of maintenance do you include a package for that, or do you just?
I do. So I actually offer a service plan. Not everybody does that. I look at it as a recurring revenue model. So with our service plan, what we do is I give the customer a lifetime warranty. They're depending on it's based off of number of feet on their house, how far they are from our shop. But they get a lifetime warranty. We show up twice a year. We inspect, turn the product on, inspect, make sure everything's working. There's not a light that's gone out somewhere in the system. Look for all those little things that you wouldn't see. We also update the firmware on the system to make sure everything's up to date. They have the latest whatever features have been added to it, and help them with doing any type of schedule changes that they are just having little problems with. So we're always check in with the customer before we go, see what type of deal that they're struggling with, so we can make sure we get them the help they need when they're on site.
That's great. That's really awesome. So we have coming up some trainings, right? We have some trainings coming up. So
Good.
one of them, do you have any trainings coming up before the Trans World Christmas Show training, or is this the first one that you're doing?
Still in the works. There may be one coming up. If we're still trying to work out, see if we can get down there to help you guys out at your classes that you're putting on.
So we have one coming in February that we may need help with, and a couple of them actually, one in Dallas and one here in San Antonio,
right,
where I'm at.
So still working those details out, but for sure we're going to be at Trans World. And we're also looking at the Christmas Expo down in Dallas as well.
Oh yeah, so that's another one that they called us up to. We're looking to do some stuff over there with Christmas Expo. That's not till July. So I'm gonna throw up this screen share. Can you guys see my Trans World Christmas Show screen share? Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So on here, you can go to seminars and events, go to Christmas seminars if you're on the site, and you can scroll through the light technology series, and you can see all the people that I've been interviewing on this Slay the Season live. But where is your class?
Towards the bottom on Saturday.
Here it is, Saturday, 3:15. Permanent lighting, helping contractors grow nationwide. So this is his class. You can buy the classes individually, or you can buy a seminar package. Or the third option is not on here yet. We're going to have a tab added. I was promised another tab that has the commercial Christmas pre-show, which is March 25th. It's Red Sleigh Workshop doing a full day of commercial Christmas training from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And with that ticket, you get all of these 12 classes in the Lighting Institute Technology Education Series, and you get a ticket to the trade show. So it's a really good deal. It's only $995 for all of it. So if you're looking to get like a seminar package, you can get $550. You can get the seminar super pass, but that doesn't include any of the other trainings or the fun events that are going on. So with the Christmas seminars, I don't even know where they're at here, but that includes with this one. It's not on here, but there's like the Flamingo Bowl on Thursday night. That's a really fun event that's included. And then there's also a networking event on Friday night. And then Saturday night, there's like a holiday party as well. So those are all included with the one pass you can get through Red Sleigh Workshop. And I have a link, and I'll share that in the Facebook and later on the other places on our site. But it'll be on this website really soon. It's just not up there yet, but you can register if you want to individually for the events here. And there's going to be more things coming every day on this site, but that's just one place you can look. Let's see. If you've never been to Trans World Christmas Show, I don't have any volume on this video, but this is a little preview of the show floor. So the show floor is Christmas. Yes, there's tons of Christmas vendors. There's also an entire floor of Halloween vendors, which is amazing. If you've never seen a Halloween show before, it's definitely something to see. It's really fun. I love both sides of it, but what's really cool about about this show is that there's all the Christmas people are coming with their A game, right? So all the
Yep.
different vendors in the US, Europe, and some people from, Asia are coming over and showing the best of the best. And they're there to do more business. So they want to help you out. So it's great to be able to walk and talk to people. And if you come to my training for the commercial side, I go through that about because the people who are coming to my commercial training are not people who are brand new. It's people who are already in the industry who are looking to how to level up and how to really get more out of what they're doing in their current business. And we go into a whole like session about the vendors and who you can buy from, what products everyone carries, what it's like working with them because I've been doing this for over 20 years. So I know a lot of the I know all the all the vendors, a lot of them. Some I've never met because they're from Europe or Asia, but I know most of them, and so I can give a really good packet and a good QR codes and booth numbers and instructions on where to go to get the things you need, and I really like to help people with that because I really believe in everybody working together as in this industry and making it the best it can be and letting everybody make money. That's what we're here to do.
Right.
If everyone can work together, we can all make money. And so that's how I see it. So I'm super excited about Trans World. Yeah.
Yep. It's a great time. I mean, great for networking, if nothing else. I mean, getting to talk to other installers and people in the industry, just kind of picking their brain over a beer or, sitting on the floor show. It's pretty good time.
Yeah.
So,
This year too, there's going to be a installer island they're putting together, which is like a section of the inside the trade show where there's going to be tables and chairs and a blocked off area with where I know I have a booth there and a bunch of other vendors have booths around the installer island. And there's going to be people who are going to speak like in that little area during the entire
okay.
trade show. I'm not going to be in that on the show floor much of the show because I'm going to be in a lot of these classes, the education series, kind of where I'm focused. But I do have a booth and people at my booth. But the installer island is going to be a place you guys can go hang out. So all the installers that come to the series can go there and like pull up a chair, have a conversation,
Oh, cool.
talk to each other, even if there's no beer there. Maybe there will be. Sometimes they throw happy hour in that, but I can't promise anything. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I just love seeing everybody every year, and it's exciting to see how people have grown over the years.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Whitney, I saw your hand up, girl. What you got?
Yes. So I have Andy Warren in the house.
Hey, Andy.
So Andy had asked, what do you tell customers that want to compare a premium permanent light with something like Govee?
Govee. I knew that was coming.
I had a feeling it was too. So one thing I always push is you see the pictures on the internet. I've actually seen it in person. Govee lights burning up the inside of the modules. That I've seen them where they've blackened a house or section of the house where the transformer. Most of the time, I actually show them the pictures that I have on my phone of those issues happening, and that changes their mind very quickly usually. One other option is if they are still set on that lower end, don't want to pay for a premium product. Minleon actually makes a product. It is a puck style, looks just kind of almost like the Govee, but we know Minleon's a great brand. It's been around for a long time in the industry. So they actually have that. And that is something that I won't install during season, but I hold off because I always do a reach out this time of year to everybody that either ghosted me, didn't like the price.
Nobody ghosts you.
They do. Plenty of customers ghost us. But yeah, we actually offer that line this time of year as just hey, I understand the price was an issue with the premium brand that we were offering during season. Well, what we can do is we can put these up. It is a reliable brand. It's been around. They actually have the same controller, mesh track controller that we use for Inception and Minleon. It can be used for that, so they're still going to get all the great effects. But it literally, it's square. It has 2 screw holes on it, so you don't have to worry about using the 3M tape, although it does have the 3M tape on the back. Put that on their house and just let them know, it's not going to look great because you do have the wires visible. But that's kind of what we do and steer them away from the Govee. Sometimes it works. We've sold large jobs by showing them those pictures versus, Inception Lighting or Minleon that's been around for a lot of years, and that actually helps drive them one way or the other.
So I'm looking at your site right now, and everyone can see this, right? Hopefully, I'm not
Yep.
sharing some other screen that's showing
Yep.
weird things, but okay. um, on here, I don't see anything that's like comparable to that, like saying, oh, here's some photos of,
Right. So
maybe you guys can put together like a little sheet that says our competition or,
right.
lower priced versus our quality. I don't know. Sometimes that's
Sure.
helpful to have like a little cut sheet like that made.
Yep. So this website was just developed right before season this last year. We it's still a work in progress. We're actually going to be putting on anybody that joins permanentchristmaslights.com. We're actually going to put on a page for people to go out and find certified installers in their area that are in our system with us. So we're going to have a homeowner style page and installer style page. This is for right now. It's geared towards getting new installers into our network, where they can get the territory, they can get the better pricing and that type of stuff than they can anywhere else.
So if someone were to come to your website here, permanentchristmaslights.com, the best place would be just to put their information in here. And then
Just
they'll
fill
go
that
to
information
you.
out there, or they can call. That's my personal cell phone.
Woohoo! Let's everybody text him right here.
Lots of text. But yeah, we're glad to help you guys out. I mean, it's a growing network of people from all over. We have Florida, Indiana, James, I can't remember what state you're in.
Yeah, Tennessee. Hey, that works. Texting him, hey, he'll answer you right back.
Yep. So
That's
I mean,
great.
we got people in California, Arizona, Texas. I mean, we're all over and growing. I have a couple people that I have calls set up with tomorrow. So I mean, all over, it's getting big, and what we're offering. So
That's great. Do you have any videos or photos of the job that you did
in
in
Temple?
Tech Temple? Yeah.
No. So we're actually going back down in May, adding another 3,000 to 4,000 feet down there in May, and that will complete the city. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a drone footage to show. We do have I do have a video that I can share. Let me find it here real quick of see if I can figure out what I'm doing here.
I'm putting you on the spot here, just so you guys know. He didn't prepare for.
You were fine. Let me find this video. All right,
All right. While he's doing that, I'm going to talk a little bit about upcoming stuff for Red Sleigh Workshop. So Red Sleigh Workshop, we have some commercial trainings coming up, but before the training, a lot of people like to do a 2-hour consultation with me. What I do is I go through your business, and it costs $500, and we do have a special of $50 off for people who are watching this right now. If you do want to get that special, just text me. My number's on our website. I can give you a special for that, but it's a 2-hour consultation. We go over your business, basically your business plan for commercial Christmas. We talk about in detail a lot of things about your business. It's a very personal call, but it's a 2-hour one-on-one with me. And then within 48 hours of that call, I give you back a plan of action and a scope of what I think you could do over the next 30, 60, 90 days to hopefully get to your goal. And I'm honest about it. If I think that you're not ready, I'll say, hey, you're not ready. But so far, most everybody's been pretty ready to move into the commercial space with their existing businesses. But that is available on redsleighworkshop.com. You can book the consultation directly from our site for the 2-hour consultation, or you can fill out the contact form at redsleighworkshop.com, and I can give you a 15-minute free consultation to talk about what you want to do and where you want to go next. We also have coming up the Slay the Season Live in-person training out here in San Antonio, Texas, February 19th and 20th. And we also have group specials for that coming up. So we only have a couple slots left till we're sold out, but we're really looking forward to that training. And it's 2 whole days of training. So it's 1 day of classroom training, half day of classroom, and then a half day of hands-on installations. And the training includes your hotel, your food, a social event, and then what else? And then the hands-on part of it. And I do have some special guests coming to talk about their businesses, and I'm going to keep that to myself for now, so whoever gets there can see who they are. But it's going to be super fun. And we're looking forward to having everybody out here in the great state of Texas to talk commercial Christmas, and everyone gets to meet Whitney if they come out here. All right. So did you find your video, sir?
Yes. Now I'm just trying to
Okay.
figure out how to share it here.
Oh, at the bottom it says share. You should be able to just click the share button.
More. I don't have a share button on my screen.
You don't. I made you co-host, right? Oh
Oh,
no, I
there
took
it is.
that
Wait a
away.
second.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Here you
And
go.
you have to pick your screen.
Now it says you disable participant screen sharing.
No, hold on.
It's all right. Let's see how it is.
Ah, it's not supposed to be disabled. Now try it.
All right.
There we go.
Let me throw away to you. There we go. So I can't remember. This is a town that Inception did here a while back. So following the verticals, I mean, that it just makes it look super clean and nice. This video also has a few other jobs that have been done by Inception as well. There's a lot of towns across Texas. That's where Inception was started at, was there in Dallas. But
Right.
just being able to, I mean, we also have landscape lights so we can drop into fixtures, all program and run with the same app. So it makes it super nice that way.
Yeah, that's a lot of lights on that downtown area and that shopping centers. That's really great. That looks good.
So, I mean, whether it be commercial, a strip mall or, a downtown or a shopping center, whatever it may be, you can really make those buildings pop. And the nice thing is a lot of those places have Christmas lights that they leave up year round. And you drive by at night and they'll have bulbs out all over with the regular Christmas lights. And with Inception, we can go down there and we really haven't had issues, thankfully, with anything going on. How do I stop sharing?
I don't know. There's a button that says stop share. It's probably at the top of your screen.
Probably. Let me blow it back up here.
I did it for you.
Oh, thanks.
I have power.
I don't use Zoom for real.
I'm going to say, coming from the commercial side, that over the years, I've had so many clients asking me, how do we get year-round Christmas lights, so to speak, right? And then we put up C9 bulbs on their roof lines and their peaks and everything. And after a couple months, it just does not last. It doesn't last at all. And it doesn't look great. And we tell them, well, we have to go maintain it. We have to replace them every 6 months. You need new bulbs because they aren't working. And this was, 5 or 6 plus years ago. But the point is, now with this type of product, it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
You put up the permanent lights, right?
Yep.
Okay, Whitney.
All right, I have James Riley that has
Hi,
a
James.
Hello again.
So he has a question for Chris. Said, what steps did you take to land the city contract?
So the Downtown Lions contract that I did here in Kansas, my very first install, I got lucky with that one. I was one of the people on their committee. I was already installing Christmas lights on her personal house. So she called me about coming to their board meeting to give them a quote for doing the lights, garland, and a couple other things around town for Christmas lights. So that's how I got that one. Actually, the city of Temple was started. Inception actually sold that job themselves several years ago. The first 2 phases were done back in 2023. They reached out to me. The installer that had done it in the past wasn't doing it anymore. Vince Palisota, who owns Inception, actually is the owner of permanentchristmaslights.com. So he reached out to me, asked me if it would be something I'd be interested in going down and taking over that project. So that's how I ended up getting that one. And that's one of the nice things. What we're doing is with our system is people in permanentchristmaslights.com, should a lead come into one of the websites, and say a municipal lead comes into Inception's website, they're looking because they realize this is the product that can do that. We're looking for installers nearby. I mean, it's not just hey, they're not going to send me across the country to go install a project. So, if we have an installer in the network that is nearby, that job becomes theirs then. So that's one of the other benefits with permanentchristmaslights.com. It may be I go out to help them, or one of our more seasoned people go out to help, just because it is becomes a planning nightmare if you just show up. I mean, you kind of have to know locations, where to put controllers. That way, they're going to talk appropriately to each other. But it's going to be now that's your city, so you can go upsell them to whatever else there may be, whether it be adding a tower tree for their city, or wreaths on their um, courthouse or city buildings. It's now your city to go out and upsell them for the extra stuff. So that's one of the nice things what we're doing with this is we're helping installers when we get those leads in to go out and land those cities. We have a crew. There's a team that specializes in bidding those jobs and things like that. So they've been around a while installing cities.
So Inception reaches out to them. How's that work? They reached out to the cities by sending them some flyers or something, or
I know that we have sent out postcards in a lot of areas. It's a digital postcard. Inception sent out that we opened it up, and actually that video right there is the video they just sent to whether it be the Chamber of Commerce director, a city manager, a downtown Main Street director, something of that nature. We've sent cards out. I actually had one here in Kansas that I have a meeting with coming up here this next month. But yeah, I mean, it's if a city reaches out to Inception, whether it's they've Googled it or found out at all these city managers and things, they all network. I mean, everybody knows everybody, and they have big conferences just like we do with Christmas lights. So they're like, hey, anybody know somebody that's done some type of lighting on their downtowns? And then referrals, I want to say that they've done, I bet you there's 20 to 50, I can't remember the exact number, municipalities across the country right now that have permanent lights on them. And it's because of them reaching out, or I think that we've done some cold calling in the past and letters, but yeah.
yeah.
I'm talking and no one can hear me. Do you plan on being at any events, like any trade shows with cities and things like that this year? Is that something you haven't thought about all the way?
We've talked about it. We're still trying to figure out which ones we want to go to.
Okay.
Downtown Main Street, or that mainstreetamerica.org, I think, is one. They have a big conference every year, and that's one that we've kind of tossed around out there. And putting up videos like I was just showing you there, or once we're going to do a drone footage of downtown Temple once it's done, just showing people how it all works together to try and draw some interest. We've done some chamber events and things like that in the past, but yeah, we're still looking at other ideas right now.
Right. So I think I can help you with that too, because putting together a marketing plan for that, I think I'm interested in helping you a little bit about that, because there are a lot of places that in the industry I've gone to that would be helpful, and I have a couple of contacts to give you for that too. So I'm looking forward to giving you those contacts. So basically what you're saying is that your company is actively marketing and finding new ways to market this to cities and places that need it. And when leads come in, it goes out to your network of trained installers that are certified under your permanentchristmaslighting.com badge, or whatever you're calling it, that's taken your courses.
Yep. So I mean, we've done some marketing. We have more postcards we're going to be sending out here in the next coming weeks. But yeah, I mean that's something that we do. Well, we don't guarantee anybody we're going to land them a city, because cities, as you know, Stacey, they're a long-term game. A lot of times, it can take years before you can land those contracts. We actually landed another city in Texas. One of our installers up in Northeast Texas, he went and installed in Pittsburgh, Texas, back this last season as well. So I mean, like I said, we don't guarantee anything, but it's nice to have that us in your back pocket when it comes to that. Or if you approach a city yourself and saying, hey, I need help on how to bid this correctly, or whatever it may be, we can definitely do that.
That's great. All right. We got any other questions, Whitney, on our live people?
Not at this time, but I do have a few questions.
Oh, okay. Let's hear you. What you
All
got?
right. What trends are you seeing in permanent lighting as of right now?
Um, I think right now you're seeing a lot of the downward facing. You're seeing a lot of people bring on permanent light brands that they've gone to China and white label it themselves with no long term on how they're going to work. I mean, it's like Christmas lights. I'm sure anybody in the industry is getting blown up by people from China right now reaching out. Hey, I can get you these products. You go out and find we can sell you in bulk and you can turn around and resell. I literally get messages like that on both Facebook and LinkedIn, probably 5 a week.
Every
Whether it
day.
be, yeah,
It's every
I mean,
day.
whether it's come buy my Christmas lights in bulk or come buy my permanent lighting. That they work great. Just that they all tell you, hey, we're actually the ones that make it for this brand. Well, I've had 4 people tell me they make it for gemstone lights. I mean,
Right.
you don't know who to believe or what to believe. I
Yeah,
guarantee
because
they're
we just
probably
don't know
not
the
making
technology.
it
We're
right.
not the experts in that side of it.
There's a reason that the companies have been around for as long as they have. I mean, Inception started the permanent lighting game over 20 years ago, or around 20 years ago as well. I mean, they were the first to market with it. It was old, we call them dummy strips now. They could change colors, but everything just had to be one solid color. You couldn't do all the effects you have now. So everything's evolved. But I'd say that the biggest trend right now is people going and buying just white label lights and trying to either install them themselves or try and resell them.
Let's explain, if you could explain what white label means for people who are just new or just starting out.
Sure.
What does it mean?
So white labeling is, you know, a Chinese company reaches out to you and says, "Hey, here's my lights. I want you to sell." They take those products, put their own brand name on that product, and then they're selling it as white LED permanent lights or whatever. They come up with their own name for it. So it's the same product a lot of people are getting and just renaming the product to whatever they want their company to be called. So
Yeah. So whatever company has a white label, they have to be responsible for warranties,
yep.
failures, all the
Yeah, I
components
mean,
needed. They have to have enough inventory to stock all of that. So
chances of us getting we if a homeowner sues the installer wants to go after that company, that most of those people aren't going to be able to go back to the Chinese factory. I mean,
right,
that it's going to be sorry, that's on you now. I mean, so
right.
there's a lot of issues that come with that.
Yeah, it's good having like long-term relationships with factories and with the manufacturers. That way there's, of course there's always risk in any type of small
Sure.
business or as a business owner, but the less risk and the less you know, having to handle that is not something that we want to deal with.
Right.
That's yeah. So that's okay. So that's what white label means. All right.
Yep.
Sorry. Go ahead, Whitney. Your next one.
Thank you. Um, and let's see, what made you choose permanent lighting instead of seasonal installs?
So I still do the seasonal. I probably won't ever get out of the seasonal. It's one of those deals. It's such recurring revenue. My customers are great. I've built up a customer base over 10 years. I don't market as hard as seasonal installs anymore as I do permanent. But I mean, every year I'm getting new referrals from current customers. We still run some Facebook ads and that type of stuff. Our vans out all over town, all the way. We put up A-frames whenever we're on jobs, yard signs. So people are calling nonstop anyways during season. But like I said, I won't ever get out of the straight seasonal business, I don't think, just because it's kind of the bread and butter behind everything. But gears are definitely shifting more towards permanent lights.
It's what allowed you to retire from your
Absolutely.
fireman's
Yep.
job. And that's what a lot of people ask. Like a lot of people who are listening to this now, whether they're listening to live or later, they're going to asking, how do I quit my day job?
Yep.
They're like, how do I do that? Because they of course love their jobs. A lot of people I know are like, they're great at they're making great money. They love their day job, but they want the
Sure.
freedom of entrepreneurship and they have that drive and they want to do it. But that's always the question. How do I quit my day job?
Yeah. And that's one of those deals. You either have the entrepreneur bug in you or you don't. I mean, it's in what I'd run my business for 8 years prior to leaving the fire department, and I thought I knew what I was doing, but there's still even stuff. When this became my full-time income, I'm like, oh crap, there's stuff that I didn't take into
A lot.
consideration. Yeah. And so there's definitely something to it. It's a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for sure get poured into doing this to make it work, you know.
All right. Miss Whitney, you got anything else?
One more question. So how do you price permanent lighting so it's profitable and competitive?
Um, I actually have made myself a spreadsheet. I keep all of the current prices in my spreadsheet. Whenever I lay out a house, I actually go and usually when I'm doing a quote on a house, I use Google Earth initially and figure out what I need. Usually probably overestimate just to be on the safe side. But when it comes down to it, I use a product called Roof Scope, order the roof measurements so I know exactly how long each run is. Then I go and put it into my system. It took a lot of years to be able to know exactly numbers wise what to price it at, especially is this a one-man job? Is this going to be a three-man job? To be able to weigh out all of that out. I would say that most people, I'd say across the country, around 32 to 35 is dollar a foot range is where you're seeing across the country. I've been higher, I've been lower. I mean, it depends on, spring when things slow down a little bit. I drop my price a little bit, keep my guys busy. So, I mean, there's definitely, and then in season, my price shoots up. If they want it done in Christmas light season, when I'm trying to do regular installs, my price definitely goes up to get that done. So it's all checks and balances. Knowing your numbers is huge. And if you don't know your numbers and what you need to make to keep your business running, it's not a business you want to get in, because if you're off 20, 30 foot on a measurement, that adds up really quick. So you definitely want to know your numbers, know your exact measurements whenever you're quoting something. Otherwise, you're going to lose big time in the permanent lighting market, where I can be off 30 feet in a Christmas light house and it's less than $100 out of my pocket, if even $50 out of my pocket. So you really have to know your numbers and what you need to order for that project.
Is there a certain percentage you always like overage? So say you measure and it's like 300 feet. Would you automatically do 20% or 10%
I'm
overage?
usually right around 15 to 20% overage is what I do.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants to know that.
Right.
What's the rule of thumb?
That's what I do. I also use it as, okay, I'm going to order this much. I'm going to have it. Now I build my stock up here at the shop. That way, should a light go out, should a controller or timer or a power supply quit working, I have the extra here. Or I also use that overage. Now I get somebody call me, hey, I have a party coming up, or I'm having a Christmas party at my house. I want these lights. I need them up by this day. I can go throw them up. Whether if I have the right color cover that goes on that house or not, I can at least get a track and get the lights and controller and power supply up. So they have the lights. I can come back later and install the covers to blend, make it blend into the home.
Oh, that's really good. I never thought of that before. That's great. I'm so finish the job.
Sure. No, we do that quite a bit. I mean, just if we don't have the lid color, because like Inception or the Minleon style that we use, we actually use called Pebble Shield that Reinders carries for us. It's a cover and track just like our Inception line, but you may not have it in stock and that customer wants it now. I can get it up. I mean, we actually had one that we went out after Christmas and put their coverage back up because they wanted the lights up, and we can do that with just having the track and the lights themselves. It's not going to hurt anything for them to be exposed. So
right. It just hurts my brain if I saw it like that.
I get it.
No one else would notice though. Just
no,
your brain.
Most of them don't. But it bothered me the first few times. But now at this point in the game, it almost makes it easier for me because we can go throw that up, and we're not having to worry about our cuts as much on just the track, where you make your specialty cuts are on the lid, and being able to come back later on and really spend the time to focus on that, we can knock several more permanent light jobs out in a day by doing it that way.
That's a question a lot of people have too, is they talk about, I know that every crew is different and everyone has different skill sets and things like that. But when it comes to permanent lighting, how much do you think, like what's a standard, like how many guys and how many hours does it take for like to say a residential project?
So a residential project, it's going to vary based on the brand. A lot of the brands that are metal tracks, that it takes a little bit more because you're cutting the metal, bending it to make it look correct. And I've done both. I've done some that are the metal tracks, the puck style, and I've done the Inception Minleon line. I feel that I can knock out a residential house. Me and my two guys, actually just my two guys, they knock out a 150-foot house in a matter of 2.5 hours on average, unless we're talking a ton of cuts we're having to make for different gables and running wires through the attic. But a typical ranch house, less than 2 hours on average, we can get that done. Now, I've had one guy out in a job, and he did a commercial 150-foot commercial install in about an hour and a half by himself. So, I mean, commercial is going to go a lot quicker. It's a lot of straight runs.
Yeah, the straight lines compared to these edges and curves. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you can definitely. And then, like the city we did in Temple, we added a lot of flashing. We had to add a lot of flashing to buildings that were just brick. So we go and bought the flashing.
Okay.
Had to glue it on, and then we sunk it in with tap cons to make sure the flashing didn't move. So
okay, that's a really good tip there, because I would think, well, how do you do it? There's nothing to attach it to.
I'll tell you, my very first job, it was drilling through the track into the bricks and then sinking it through the track. Now that I've learned the flashing way, it goes up so much quicker. We have a Milwaukee caulking gun that just sits there and squeezes the caulk out. We use I use the heavy duty Gorilla adhesive, construction adhesive, put that on it, put it right there on top of the brick, and within a matter of minutes, that Gorilla adhesive is set up, and we may or may not add the tap cons into just one on each corner of it to help hold it in place. So
that's great. So much better than
it's way better.
My idea.
Yeah.
You don't want to know my idea.
If I had known that back when I did that first job, it would have made that first job go a lot quicker. That's for sure.
Now, Chris, do you have that on YouTube or anything like that? What you just talked about doing?
I can make something for you. We haven't posted any of that yet, but I can definitely get something for you.
We're gonna add that to that marketing list.
Yep.
Making that long list of what we need.
Yep. So
this ain't gonna become one of those honey-do lists that's never get done, is it?
No, it's going to get done. I'm actually in the process of putting some videos together for people in our permanentcrystallights.com page. We're creating a school group in there that has training videos on little techniques like that to use. So
that's great. So people, when they join up with you, they'll have access to that and access to those detailed videos that help in those situations, rather than having to go over it over and over again. Like, see the videos.
Like I said, there's little tricks and things that I've learned, and honestly, I still learn all the time. I mean, one of the things we did down in Temple that I never actually we did a downtown building in Denison, Texas. Also, what trick that I learned that I never would have thought of is we use L bracket shelf hangers, and we'll tap con and put that construction adhesive to hold it down, and then we'll actually mount the mesh controllers to it. That way they're up and they're facing out and easier to communicate versus laying down or laying behind a wall. Just little tricks like that I didn't even cross my mind until now. I mean, commercial buildings all have things sticking up off the roof, whether it be cable or whatever it may be. So, they have antennas, and so, yeah, I mean, it's just one little trick. Municipalities or commercial, they're not going to notice little things like that as any different. So
no, and that's good tips to have for sure.
Yep.
So we're coming around the hour now, so we're gonna wrap it up here. But thank you so
Sure.
much, Chris, for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, James, for being here. Whitney, everybody who's on Facebook or watching the playback, thank you so much. One more question for
Sure.
Chris, while we got him here. So when you look at 2026, like what do you think is going to separate the people, the installers who are going to like make it in this permanent Christmas lighting and the people who are going to not make it?
One thing that has been preached to me from Vince also has been a huge mentor for me, and not just permanent lighting, but just in business and all, is you have to become intentional with what you're wanting to do. You have to make it, okay, am I just going to install them because people are asking, or do I want to make a business out of permanent Christmas lights? And when you set your mind that this is what I want to grow and I want to be successful with it, I mean, it's endless of what you can do. Like I said, between residential, municipal, commercial, I mean, getting into all that landscape lighting, because I mean, we have landscape lights, they're all connect with our app as well. I mean, look, once you set your mind to what you want to do, I think that's what's going to separate a lot of people. Am I just am I just an installer, or am I here to make a wow experience for the customer? And that's what is a game changer when it comes to this business.
All right, that's great. So you heard it here. Be intentional with your business, make it or break it, right?
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much again, Chris. Thank you, Whitney. Thank you, James. And thank you to all of our audience for watching. We're going to be back again. I don't remember when our next live is. Friday. I think we're going to be back Friday with somebody else.
Yes,
I'll post it on
Friday.
Facebook and you'll see who it is coming up. I honestly can't remember right now, but it's going to be fun. So we'll see you then. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Thanks for
Have a
having me,
good
Stacey.
night.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.